Now, I've taken up to kind of doing these little podcast sort of things on Saturdays, and that's mostly just because it's something for me to do. It's something for me to like say what I want to say and just get it out there. And there's a lot of things that I do want to say. I talked about my a problem with Batman versus Superman last week, and you know I'm good on that now. I've said my piece on that. So I was wondering, what should I talk about? What sounds like something to talk about? And I was like, you know what? I want to talk about Deadpool. Not just the movie, but just Deadpool in general. Deadpool is one of my favorite characters because he's like the most like non-caring character. His give a fuck meter is it's gone. It's not there. He doesn't have one, you know. And it's not like that's in every incarnation of Deadpool or in every way that Deadpool has been written. There's lots of different styles of Deadpool and how he's been and everything like that. And one of the things I want to talk about is the movie, where I honestly loved the movie, but I just wish they had dealt more with the voices in his head. And I know that that's sort of like not in the comic books now as much as it was for various reasons. And I know he's pretty much just gone to being himself with just like the yellow text boxes in the his thoughts. But I miss crazy Deadpool. I miss the insane, just all sorts of talk. The Deadpool from the video games. I loved that guy. The video game. Yeah, no, video games, because he was like that in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And he was like that in the Deadpool game. And he is one of my favorite characters. And in the movie, when I saw that Ryan Reynolds was playing him, I was so happy because to me, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He is Wade Wilson. He makes the perfect one. And it's such a well done movie. I have to give them props where it's due. That movie was great. I liked so much of it, and I thought it was funny, and I thought that it was cheeky, and it was just a good time. I had a great time. And I was so happy to see that Deadpool is gonna get a second movie. Oh, that made my fucking. Oh, it just made my day. I was so happy. And like, there's just so many cool things you can do with Deadpool. So many. And I feel like they did a lot of things right in that movie. And I feel like there's a lot more they can cover. And I'm hoping to see in Deadpool 2, I'm hoping to see with Cable brought in there, the body slide by 2. I wonder if they're going to have when Cable and Deadpool got melted and fused together and Deadpool gained Cable's Cable's body slide ability and Cable kind of had Deadpool's healing factor a little bit. That was really cool. I loved watching Deadpool use the body slide ability 'cause that was just awesome. And oh man, I also wonder if they're gonna bring in, like the Taskmaster, and if they're gonna do stuff like that, because that'd be really cool to see in a Deadpool movie. I'd love to see some of these villains come out, some of the lesser knowns, or just some of the cooler kind of less super powered villains. And I know we're seeing that now in some of the newer Marvel movies. We're kind of getting not as much based on the supers, but more based off just dudes with powers. And I'm wondering if they're gonna be bringing in, now that they've got Spider-Man, if he's gonna get his own movie, and if they're gonna have, like, I know Deadpool is, I don't think he's with the Marvel studio, and I don't think they're gonna bring him into the main, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because that would be kind of dangerous. I don't think they want to bring Deadpool into it, but I really would love to see him. I would love to see Deadpool brought into that, because I honestly think that that would be unique. It would be interesting, or at least bring them into a Deadpool movie. You don't have to bring Deadpool into their movie, but bring them into a Deadpool movie, and I think that you would have something really interesting. I mean, just watching Deadpool kind of like fighting with Iron Man, or maybe like, Iron Man's depressed and everything, and Deadpool steals one of Iron Man's suits, or Tony Stark's suits, but whatever. I really think that that would be funny to watch, and I'd be so excited to see that. And I don't know, I love Deadpool. I love him as a character. I love his abilities. I love his story. I love that he's not always jokey. I love that he can get serious. I love that he can get dark. I think that it's a unique series, and a lot of people look at him as just this merc with a mouth and just a comedian and jokey and not serious, and he's insane. And there's so many more levels to it when you get down to it. In the newest series, it's revealed that Deadpool had a daughter. It's revealed that, he wanted to protect her, and he's currently protecting her. And that's like a new level to Deadpool. And he went and he became like, he had this one personality take over, and he was like super serene, and I can't remember what he called himself, but he was like a monk, and he didn't want to fight, and it was really just an interesting take on the character. And you're watching Deadpool struggle with how he is and who he wants to be and how he wants to be seen. And that's another level of Deadpool that a lot of people don't look at or don't see. They don't look at how Wade Wilson struggles and fights and tries his best to just sort of become a person that's not seen as just evil all the time. He wants to be seen as something more, something, a human, not a monster or a freak. And then he has times where he just doesn't care, and he says fuck it, and he's tired of trying. And I feel like that's a struggle that a lot of people also can relate to. Not so much as the being seen as a human or whatever, but more just, you don't want to be seen as how people see you, and you want to fight and get people to recognize you for what you want to be seen as. And it's that struggle where you're trying to get there and progress to the point where you're not seen as whatever, And I think that that's a very human struggle, and I think that it's probably not the intended message of Deadpool. It's just, he's a very human character when you get down to it. He's got all these things going on in his head, and I think we all do. I think we all have these different kind of struggles in our head where we want to do this, but, how are people going to look at us if we do that? And Deadpool kind of embodies that, He embodies the, I want to do this, but, and then he just kind of says, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyways. And it's a freeing thing, and that's one of the things I like about Deadpool, is that he feels free. He feels like something I've wanted to be, which is just to not always care what people think, and just do what I want to do. And I think that a lot of people can, deal or relate to that. But anyways, that's the end of my rant. I'll let you guys go. I'll see you next time. Bye.